Welcome to Shunda, China's city of gastronomy. This is the birthplace of Cantonese food, and Cantonese food is our favourite food across all of China. Now, why do we enjoy Cantonese food so much? Well, that is what we are used to eating back in the UK. We had a lot of migration from Hong Kong and they brought with them their Cantonese food. But it looks a little bit different here than it does in the UK. We have sweet and sour, we've got chicken balls, that side of Cantonese food. But we're going to go deep into the streets here in Shunda and try some old school Cantonese food. This place is known as the hometown of Chinese chefs. So it's going to be a good one, let's go. All across the Guangdong province you'll go by many shops. And they've got the roast meat hanging up here. Look at this, they've got the char siu here, the roast pork belly here, and this is the goose, which we are going to try. You happy with this one?
Oh yes, look at it, it's like glistening with the light hitting off it. Incredible, let's go. See you here. Well, unfortunately, a goose only comes in one size, so we may be eating this for a couple of hours. It is £8 for a full goose, which I think is pretty reasonable. I don't think we need anything else just now, do we?
Yeah, no sides. This is how you order in this restaurant here in China. You do not go up and order, you don't come to the table and take your order. You simply tick a box, and that will do us. We'll just try roast goose on its own. We're not getting any sides because we have got so much more food to get back out on that street and try. This one? Yes.
Yeah.
谢谢。
就一粒烧鹅吗？就只要这个，这个要不要试一下鱼皮？怎样？
No, just this one.
就这一个。
Yeah.
谢谢。
米饭要不要？
Very good at upselling in China.
Rice.
Oh, no rice. 谢谢. Right, no rice, because we are going to avoid carbs for as long as possible today. But, now, you've seen this before on our channel, and if you've watched our videos in the Guangdong province years ago and a couple of days ago, you will know that this is exactly what you do when you get your plates and your chopsticks here in China. Let's see if I've mastered it. So we take our nice hot pot of tea. There we go. Let's see if I can master this. By the way, I have never tried this technique. We were in a Cantonese tea house in Guangzhou and I watched an old lady do this.
Hey!
You got it? This is good.
Fresh fries on, Alan absolutely nailed that there. So, what's what? There's no way I'll be able to do this. Is it like this?
Yep. There we go.
We are professionals now. And now we are ready to drink some tea. We are starting to panic already. Surely we are not getting a full goose.
Nah. You won't, I can guarantee you won't. You'll get like a breast of that or something. Look at the size of it. That'll be like 50 quid.
This is the goose here.
That'll be like $50, £50 worth. There's no way that's £8.
They literally have everything in this restaurant. There's duck, there's goose, and they also have pigeon. We have only tried pigeon in Egypt and it was a thumbs down for me. Maybe we should try it while we're here again.
The knife skills he has is absolutely amazing.
Interestingly, he's just put it in a microwave, which you would not think to do with cooked meat. You'd think it would kind of ruin it, lose the crispiness, so we'll see when it arrives.
Oh.
Here we go. Wow. See, we do not have a full goose on the table, thank God.
Wow, look at the amount of food that you have here. What was this, £8?
£8.
At all the meat. Now, I think we'll give this a little minute to rest because it is absolutely piping hot.
Well, our first time trying roast goose. You might think that this is just shoved in the oven and left to roast, but no, look at this skin on the outside. A lot of work goes into getting this skin as crispy and shiny as it is. It is first marinated, air dried and then roasted to get the perfect glowy, crispy skin. Let's give this a try. It looks pretty similar to duck, roast duck that you get. Let's see if it tastes any different. Wow, do you know what? It honestly just tastes like all the flavour is on that skin. It has that sort of greasy feeling, but not in an unhealthy way. Let's dip the rest of this meat into the gravy on the bottom of this tray. You get a completely different flavour just trying the meat on its own without the skin. You get to actually taste the texture and the flavour of the meat. It's hard to like figure out what it's like. It's kind of a mix between pork and duck. Let's see what you think, Alan.
Yeah, Shannon, exactly what you said. It does look like duck. It's got that same kind of browny, greyish colour. But they actually left us this nice little dip. I wonder if it's plum. Now, I am just going to dunk it straight in there and try it. Lovely bit of roast goose. That meat is so tender. It's exactly the same texture as duck. I mean, it's a similar animal, just much bigger. Wow. You can tell that it's just been slow roasted for hours. And this plum dip, I think it's plum, it's so sweet and tangy. This is absolutely tremendous. What a start on our Cantonese food tour here in Shunde.
Well, Alan, you are the chosen one to have your first ever goose leg.
Okay.
For you. Surely you're just going to use your hands for this one.
Do you know what? I don't even know if you're allowed to use your hands in these restaurants. I don't really know what rules there are. China's pretty easy going. The leg is the best part of any bird meat. Look at that. Look at the glaze all around that.
It's literally glowing.
That bit of meat is much tougher. Not like when you have a chicken drumstick and it's really soft and a wee bit fattier. This is actually much tougher than what I guess is the breast part of the meat, which is actually really surprising. I thought that would be really juicy and really tender, but no, it's actually quite tough and chewy.
Okay. See you next time. Bye. Goodbye.
Oh, well, that was a fantastic start. Roast goose, that is up there. One of the tastiest things that we've tried in China, considering it was just completely meat on its own. We had no sides, nothing to go with it. Delicious.
And it was under £9, so about $10 for all that food, which is insane. I mean, any normal human, that would have filled them up and that would be done, but it's Alan and Shannon and we are just getting warmed up. We're about to eat one of the specialities right here in Shunde, and it's a raw fish salad. Now, even just the sound of that makes me a little bit nervous because I have been in hospital twice recently with food poisoning, so I'm not sure throwing raw fish at my body is the best thing to do, but we have been made well aware that this is the freshest fish, and that's actually one of the focuses that they do here in Shunde. Now, you'll see the chefs behind me, and what makes Shunde a little bit different and Cantonese food a little bit different is chefs use minimal seasoning, and that's to let the ingredients shine through, and they use a little bit of a different cooking method such as steaming, poaching and light stir frying, but we're having absolutely none of that right now. We're about to eat fish which is completely raw, and the type of fish that we are about to eat right now actually predates Japanese sashimi. That's what it says online. I am sure Japanese and Chinese people argue to the death over who ate raw fish first.
Now, it's hard to get a good view of these pans at the back here. The window's quite steamy and dirty, but these are the pans that they use to steam, and you'll see in between the two pans the chef actually has water which he's constantly tipping into the pans where he's steaming vegetables, where he's steaming prawns, shrimps, mussels, oysters, and here is something that he has just prepared by steaming.
And we just mix together.
Oh, okay. Vinegar, I think. Olive oil? Don't see that in China, do you?
Do you think that's olive oil or sesame?
Oh, I hope it's sesame.
I hope it's sesame.
Oh wow, she's mixing it all for us. She's got fresh vegetables, garlic, peanuts. There's even gherkins or maybe pickled chilies. This looks delicious. Wow, thank you.
Take a look at this. This is the brightest coloured salad you'll ever see. There is onion, there's carrots, garlic, pickled veg, peanuts, peanut oil, and it's all been tossed right together with some raw fish. Have a look at that. You can barely even see the fish. It's so pale in colour. Now, I am slightly nervous about this, but I shouldn't really be. We've had lots and lots of raw fish in Japan, and it was absolutely delicious. And let's be honest, if you're coming to a place like this in China, it's going to be insane. So let's just go for it instead of thinking about it. Delicious. Wow. Well, that is just like a mouthful of freshness. It's got quite zesty, it's tangy, and everything in here is raw. The veggies are raw, the fish is raw, so it's already cold. But that's not a problem. It's got a very, very light feel to it. I was a wee bit worried when we sat down that you weren't going to like this, Shannon.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
And you think I will?
Oh yeah. That is genuinely amazing. The reason why we came to this 1 second was actually to get it out the way so we could then finish on something nice that we enjoyed. But come on, we are in China, we're in East Asia. You're not going to go into a restaurant here and pick a bad meal. This is absolutely insane. It feels like you're eating like a little summer salad. Sorry Shannon, I will pass this over in a minute.
Well, I certainly like that you cannot really see the fish at all. You'll see here, this one's not got any of the seasoning on it, a white fish. So usually white fish doesn't have a sort of fishy flavour or smell. But excited to see what this is like after Alan's reaction. Try and get a bit with some crunchy veg as well. Cheers. Yeah, that's delicious. The fish actually just melts away in your mouth the same way where we had it in Japan, and Alan was spot on. That was sesame oil that they put on top of that, which just sort of brings all the flavours together, especially because they're all quite raw. Like raw onion, raw garlic are very, very strong flavours that are almost overpowering, but I feel like adding these oils and all this flavour together sort of just blends really well. We've got like big shreds of ginger here as well, there's dill, there's carrots, peanuts, like there is so much going on. Wow, I'm really surprised by this. I thought we were going to have like one bite and just kind of take our losses, £5 of food that we didn't enjoy, but this is delicious.
Do you know what? Do you ever eat food and just it feels like a really, really, really healthy plate of food? That's what that is, and I wonder if that's what you associate with eating like fresh fish, ginger, protein from the nuts. That is fantastic. I actually prefer that to the goose that we ate earlier on. Actually, this is one of my favourite things that we've eaten in China. That is insane. It's just so light and fresh, and as I said, feels really, really healthy. That's against the rules in this building, Shannon. I am the elder and I should not pour my own tea.
Well, it's my birthday soon, so you should be looking after me.
Well, don't judge a book by its cover. We were actually going to completely avoid eating that because the word raw fish completely threw us off, but my god, that was absolutely fantastic, and it was so light I feel like I've not even eaten. Well, just sometimes the way you want to feel when you're doing a food tour. 谢谢，谢谢，可口的，拜拜，谢谢。Wow, 可口的，可口的。I don't know. Don't know. I'm trying to say delicious. Anytime I try and say anything in Mandarin, no matter how near it sounds to it, they are absolutely bamboozled. But that was absolutely phenomenal.
Oh. Hello. Oh my. We are now moving on to Cantonese food. How me and Alan know it, and this is actually one of my most favourite things to eat back home. It is roast duck with pancakes, cucumber and hoisin sauce. Let's do this. Ni hao.
Ni hao.
This one here. One.
谢谢.
It's pretty mad that something that is pretty much a luxury in the UK to eat duck and pancakes is a street food here in China. It's just crazy, the contrast. And this is all the ducks roasting here. I was going to pick us a good one. Here we go. Off it comes. Wow. So he's just going to tear it apart with his hands here. So fresh.
你们是哪里的？
苏格兰。
苏
苏格兰。苏格兰。
That is my first answer anytime someone asks us something in Mandarin.
Want these?
We'll just have it as
Yeah,
is.
no, thank you.
Okay, we'll try this one.
Okay. See. Can we keep it here?
Oh yeah.
See. And look at that, easy as that.
I think this is only £2.50. It's going to be a messy one. There we are. Well, this is how you eat duck and pancakes in China. Straight to the table. We've got our cucumber and spring onions, pancakes, and the sauce just comes in a little sachet. Same way you would get at McDonald's. Right, this is a messy one, so I'm going to get some gloves on so we can break the duck away from the bone. We actually have the duck beak on here as well, which is interesting. Wow, look at that, it's just breaking off straight away. Just dig in, get some duck, some cucumber, little bits of onion, and then I might need your help, Alan. Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah. And then the best part of the pancakes is of course the hoisin sauce. Wow. Not used too much. We've actually got so many pancakes here to get through. Wrap it all up in a wee parcel, and we learned that in China you just do this in one bite. That is a big bite. Let's see if I can manage it. Hands down, that is the best quality street food I have ever had any in the world. Look at that. You would pay how much for this in the UK in a restaurant?
I have no idea. A lot.
So much money. Wow.
Now, interesting.
Oh.
This is the entire duck head. Can you eat that? I think so. Now, when you're walking around China, you'll see duck beak served as a little street food, and it's this. Now, this doesn't look very edible. Very crunchy. But we're not here to eat that. But look at that. Isn't that quite impressive? Quack, quack. I'm actually still crunching that duck beak. It's really dry and really crunchy. Right. Let's get ourselves set up. Now, is this going to be as good as Shannon's made out?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, when we ate the goose, I said that it was very, very similar to duck, but not this duck. This tastes completely different. As you'll see, the goose was a lot more juicy, moist and fatty, whereas this one here is a lot drier, and I think that's because it's just cooked in a different kind of oven. But it's not dry in a way that it's horrible. It absolutely works. You can just pull all that bit of duck meat out.
Well, after your first pancake, do you agree with my statement that that's the best street food we've ever had?
To answer your question, is that the best street food? Well, for price it's not the cheapest, but that doesn't really matter, does it? It's definitely in the top 5. That is fantastic. Look at that, perfect little spring roll.
Oh, that's a good one.
Cannot beat that.
Well, Alan got the goose leg. Fortunately, it wasn't as good as we'd hoped, but he has gifted me the duck leg. Look at the colour of the meat on the outside. I'm not even going to put that in a pancake, I'm just going to bite it as it is. Yum.
That's a happy face.
Yum. It is very strange. The meat is very dry, like Alan said, but somehow when you eat it, it's juicy and it keeps the flavour. It does make it quite chewy, so you have to bite it a bit longer, but it certainly doesn't lose the flavour. Like, they must season this the same way like the roast goose, because it's like sort of pinky in colour. Wow, I'm amazed with that. £2.50, excellent. Whew. I am getting very, very full now. I can't believe every single dish that we've had has been so tasty, especially the raw fish. I was not expecting that, and it was also so different to sort of Chinese flavour that we've had anywhere else in China, completely different.
And a lot of the other foods that are delicacies here in Shanda are like double skin milk. We actually tried that in Guangzhou already, and there's a lot of other sweet things that, to be honest, are not up our street, so we're going to avoid them. We will try and squeeze in one more meal. I am myself also getting a little bit full. We've had a lot of meat today, but I think we'll try and find one last thing. We had a few more things on the list to eat, but it's impossible to get through them all. It really is. You know us, we will power through it. We will shove down one final meal. The total what we spent so far is £15.50 or 155 RMB around that, which is absolutely insane considering we've had goose, fish and duck. Last time we were in the Guangdong province, we had these amazing rolled rice noodles and they had sesame, so I'd like it if we could find something similar to that, but there's food everywhere. Let's find something else.
Final one.
Let's get these ones.
Let's do it.
In here? See you. Right.
Yes, 一个
一个
还要别的吗？看一下啊。Oh no, thank you.
Oh, right. Thankfully we are at the final stop. Since we last ate that, I have just absolutely filled up. I actually don't know if I'll be able to eat this. We're going to try some rolled rice noodles. They look totally different to the kind which we tried before. The ones we've had before were sesame, which you will guess we absolutely love. But these ones look they have
Like meat?
meat. It almost looks like bolognese, so this will be interesting to see what comes. Hello.
Saying wowzers. Wow.
Okay.
I can smell the sesame right away, and this looks completely different to what we were expecting to come out. It is thickly cut rice noodles with big chunks of meat, more meat, and some sesame, fresh spring onions. Alan, can we manage this?
Well, I won't manage it all, but we'll give it a try. This looks and smells fantastic. I am absolutely stuffed, unfortunately. Although luckily this took about 30 minutes to get cooked, so I'm going to guess that these noodles are as fresh as they come. Oh wow, as I've moved that, this sesame smell is just unearthed here. Whoa. Right, let's get some of these rolled noodles in the sesame, and I guess this is beef all together. Well, that is the chewiest beef I think I have ever had in my entire life. But let's get into these noodles, and you can see under here all of that flavour. It's full of sesame and it's so nutty. Noodles like this are so light, they're not heavy, they don't feel really carb dense, which is good when you're having it as your fourth meal of the day, and it's barely even turned at midday.
Is this warm?
Yeah.
It looks like a cold dish. Well, this is completely different to what we're expecting. Kind of disappointing. When we had the rolled noodles in Guangzhou, it's like stayed with me, that flavour and like how tasty it was, and from the picture out the front, that is what I thought we were going to get. And to be honest, there's not much flavour going on in this. I could really smell the sesame when she put it down on the table, but I feel like we're kind of missing the flavour and the textures like what we've had from all the other dishes today. These noodles are just kind of went a bit like soggy, and you can see they just sort of like break down. Yeah, I'm not really impressed with that, to be honest. That is pretty disappointing.
Well, this is an absolute disappointment and a half, but I suppose everything else has been that good that it's going to come down at some point, but
really bad.
Really bad. I think the meat is maybe been frozen and defrosted in the microwave because it's so tough and chewy. I just don't want to eat any more of it, and there's not really much other flavour inside it. I mean, these noodles are just sort of disintegrating as we try and pick them up. There's chopsticks are literally just going through them.
Yeah.
Puts a damper on the day, doesn't it?
I think I'll need an ice cream to finish this off then.
Well, it's not very often that me and Shannon leave food behind, but it's just not worth eating. It's not very good. However, when you try several new foods every single day of your life, and then you're going to run into a few things that you don't like, and that was one of them.
$3.50 it was. A bit annoying, but as Alan said, you win some, you lose some. You're not going to like everything. Anyways, we had 3 fantastic meals, which I will remember in this China trip, and we'll probably never eat the likes of the raw fish salad again in our lives unless we come back to Chengdu.
And about Chinese food, some of the best food that we've eaten anywhere in the world has been right here in China, but as Shannon said, we'll probably never eat it again. And I am actually pretty certain that across about 4 months in China in total, we have never ate the same meal twice. You just never know what you're going to eat when you go out for food in China. It is always a lottery, and most of the time it's good. This time not so good, but we're going to finish it there, but we'll pick it back up. We can't end on a bad one, can we? Shannon's chatting ice cream.
Got someone in mind. Woohoo! Let's do it! There we are, rounding up on a 21p ice cream cone. So good.
Well, Shunda, that was one fantastic food tour. Rate them top to bottom. I will take the raw fish salad, the goose, the duck, the beef.
I'd match that.
In total we spent £19, about 190 RMB, which I think is insane value considering we ate in 4 different restaurants and we had some extremely high quality food. Cannot argue with that. If you find yourself in Guangzhou, make sure you do not skip Shunde Food City. It is well worth a visit. See you in the next one.